What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. We're gonna call this one Return of the King. Return of the King. You know, they was doing all that yapping out there in Indiana, doing all that talking, Halliburton talking crazy, McConnell. But this guy, Captain Clutch, baby, came through, flexed his muscle. Return of the King. Big 44 points for Brunson. Knicks win by 30 tonight, 121-91. What did he say to Siakam after that game? It's going to be a long series, right? He said that to him. He said that to him. And that's what big-time players do, right? They come through being the clutch player that he is. Being the clutch player that he is. You see it. You see it. Huge for him. 44 big points for Brunson. Big task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock with LV Live tonight. Them boys go up 3-2 in the series. 121-191. Jalen Brunson. 44 big points. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with LV Live tonight. 44 big points for Brunson. Flexing his muscle. Gotta show his shirt, man. Gotta show it. I gotta keep showing it. Gotta show it. Because he was getting a lot of people talking crazy about him. His foot, this, that, and the third. Gideon, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock with LV Live tonight. 121-91 victory for them boys. Brunson, 44 points, win by 30. Go up 3-2 in the series. Of course, there's a lot of heroes in this game. Let's be clear about that. LV's going to, it's a lot of heroes in this game. But we got to talk about him, man, because he's the engine. He's the man. You know this. And he was getting a layover. They were talking crazy about him, man. Doris Burke, you know, everybody's talking crazy about him. His foot injury, Thibodeau's playing him too many minutes. Huge for that boy. Huge. This is why, to me, he's first team All-NBA. To me, with him finishing 5th in the All-Star voting and it being positionless, or first teams, like they don't go by point guards, shooting guard, they don't do it's just positionless. With it being positionless and him finishing top 5, he should be All-NBA first team. Facts, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock with LV Live today. Big win for the boys. Go up 3-2 in the series. Jalen Brunson. You see it. I gotta show the shirt, man. I had to flex on him today. Corey Lindsay, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys. Big time win. Big time win. All right, look. I'm going to go into Brunson a little bit later. Orlando C, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with LV Live tonight, excuse me. Big one for the boys by 30 in the Garden. Brunson, 44 big points. Knicks go up 3-2 in the series. Everybody, when you please come through, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button for your boy. Please. So listen, look, I'm going to touch on Brunson in a second, right? But listen, let's get to the supporting cast. Let's get to that because, you are as strong as your team, right? We all understand that. The switch that he made, Kevin Taylor, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock with LV Live tonight. 121-91, big win for them boys. Big time win by 30. Thomas Banks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with LV Live tonight. Them boys go up 3-2 in the series. 121-91. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with LV Live. The whole crew, everybody's rolling in. Big win for them boys. Big win. Yeah. That's the man right there. That's the man. So once again, you're only as strong as your team. And I thought with the play of everybody else around him, is what really propelled him to where he was able to do him. We already, listen, people talking about, oh, he's not getting up this high on his jumper and all this other stuff. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all got to chill out, man. People have bad games. It doesn't matter. But when it's money's on the line, winning time, this is what he does. He's done it before. We've seen it. So once again, right, you're only as strong as your team. And I thought it was big tonight because what I saw tonight, guys, is that guys were knocking down shots. I told you, first game, that last game, listen, guys, they made shots we missed. It's a miss and make league, right? And that's what happened to me. I don't think it had anything to do with leg guys were tired. I don't think it had anything to do with that. They just had an off night. The first person I'm going to touch on, and I'm going to go down the list. What can we say about Deuce, right? Him being thrust into that starting lineup. We got to salute Tibbs and those guys to making a change in that starting lineup, giving us a boost offensively, and Deuce came through. Big 18 points, but also, too, having the defensive pressure, shutting down Halliburton tonight. Halliburton looked like a shell of himself, but he ain't look right this whole series. They've been gassing him up. The amount of talking he's been doing, yapping his mouth, and he comes out to the guard and does what he does. Look like terrible tonight. Terrible. Deuce had him on clamps. But Deuce was big. 18 big points for him. Huge for Deuce. Huge. Started knocking down shots, looking like the Deuce that we saw towards the end of the season and in that last playoff series against the Sixers, right? He looked fabulous tonight. Fabulous. Defensive pressure was great on Halliburton. But the biggest thing is that he started knocking down open shots, which is huge for him. That's Deuce. Even though he didn't have a great shooting night, I loved his intensity. The flamethrower came ready to play. You see the flamethrower getting Miles Turner face. Like, what you want to do, man? What you want to do? This is New York. What do you want to do? The flamethrower was flexing, letting him be known. Like, listen, man, I ain't backing down from you, man. What's wrong with you throwing dirty screens? Everybody was in on it. It's getting feisty up in there. 5 techs. The Knicks wanted this one. They want to be known. Listen, last game was a fluke. You see that putback dunk DiVincenzo had off the baseline? I thought the roof was going to blow off of the Garden when he did that. And then right after that's when he got to turn his face. Like, yo, my man, you bugging out. Trying to throw no dirty screens on me. Love that. That's New York. That's New York. No matter what borough you in, that's New York. Whether you're from uptown like me, from the BX, from BK, from Queens, from Staten Island, Long Island, you know that we don't play that. And that's what DiVincenzo did. Flexed his muscle. Big time game for him. The return of Josh Hart. Sincere Splash, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live today. Big win for them boys. 121-91. Sincere, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Everybody also, too, please come through. Make sure you hit that like button for your boy. Appreciate you guys. Big win for them boys. Knicks score up 3-2 in the series. Also, too, right? Once again, right? Like I said, I started the show. This is the return of the king. And I thought I saw the return of Josh Hart, man. Return of Josh Hart, getting active, out on breaks, getting offensive boards, getting defensive boards, playing great defense on Siakam. Corey Lindsey, I got you, Corey Lindsey. I'm just going down the list, Corey Lindsey. Big return of Josh Hart, man. Return of him, huge. Huge today for Josh Hart. Big numbers for him. 18 points, 11 rebounds for Josh Hart. Josh Hart being Josh Hart today. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What can we say about Precious Achiuwa, man? Listen, look. I don't care what anybody says. It's extremely hard to sit and not play for a couple of games, and then you just have to come in and be yourself. It's very, very hard to do and be effective. He was a monster in that Baja, blocking shots, making it hard for Siakam. Anybody coming in that Baja, he was tossing it, getting offensive boards. Precious was a monster today, man. Great win. Great effort from him. Loved what I saw. Every time he came in the game, he was being active. Every time. Giving Siakam a hard time defensively. Miles Turner a hard time defensively. Great game from Precious today. Great game. And what could you say about Alec Burks, right? Listen, this is another one, right? And I'm going to stress this again. It's extremely, extremely hard, guys, to sit on the bench. Atlantic Line, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-91. Knicks go up 3-2 in the series. Jalen Brunson, 44 big points. You guys got to understand how hard it is to come off the bench. Like, just to come off and just be red hot, like ready to go. Especially after sitting for games. It's extremely, extremely hard. That's why these guys are the best basketball players in the world. And there's nobody's been killing Burks more than LV. We all been killing him. But these last two games, he's played extremely well. And with his production, this might be the diamond in the rough, the little spark that the Knicks need to get out of this series. 18 big points off the bench from him. He was huge from behind the arc as well. 5 for 8 from 3. Hitting timely baskets. That corner 3 was money for him. He was huge tonight off the bench. 18 big points for him, man. But it was the timing of his baskets. It was the timing of them. He hit them at perfect times. When the Knicks kind of was like struggling to get offense going, they, the Pacers started making their push. Then he would come down and hit a 3, bang, put the Knicks back up by 9. You know what I'm saying? So he was just instrumental in pretty much, really keeping this thing together. Just timely buckets. Those are the key. Sometimes you don't realize how a 3 from the corner after you get an offensive rebound or getting a defensive rebound, pushing it up, running your offense, and swinging it in the corner, knocking down a 3, that breaks the opponent's back momentum-wise. Pause. When you get that momentum going, you knock down a 3, it takes the sails out, man. Excuse me, takes the air out the sails. And that's what he was doing today. Big game for him. Salute to him. And salute to him for being a pro, man. For being a pro and being ready to go when his number's called. Because that's what he's done these last 2 games. Played extremely, extremely, extremely well. Now, to me, outside of Brunson, this guy is the player of the game. And that's iHeart. There's been talks about him and Mitch, right? And we're not going to even have that conversation tonight. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. 121-91 win for the boys. Go up 3-2 in the cities. Jalen Brunson, 44 big points for him. We're not going to talk about him and Mitch. We're not going to get into that conversation. That's for another day. But has he not earned the bag? Big time game for him. 7 points, 17 boards. 12 of them offensive. 17 boards. 12 of them offensive. I have to repeat it because I want to make sure you guys understand the gravity of that. Big time game for him. Huge. Huge game for him. iHeart was amazing tonight. To me, they're going to give the MVP to Brunson, but to me, he's the co-MVP. He was a dog in that Baja. A dog. And I love when him and Precious are in there, man, because they're monsters in that middle. Bullies. Miles Turner didn't want it. Siakam was just come on, man. iHeart was huge tonight. Huge. And to me, he gets the co-MVP with Brunson. Kareem Grant, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-91. Kareem Grant, man, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please come through and subscribe. Come through and rock with me and LV Live, man. Rock with me and my crew, man. We come through after every game. We talk about it. So Kareem Grant, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, man. Come through and rock with the LV Live crew. Knicks go up 3-2 in the series, man. Jalen Brunson, 44 big points for him. But to me, iHeart gets the co-MVP. He is. And what I saw tonight is I saw a team that wants it, man. I saw a team that was not going to go down 3-2. And now we have put the series in the stranglehold because now we hold all the keys. Even if we lose Friday, We still hold all the keys. You got to come back to the Garden. You got to come back to the Garden. And the beauty of winning tonight, guys, also too, is that the Knicks now have 2 days off. Now they have 2 days off to get some rest and really get their legs back after having such a big win tonight, but a lot of like emotions covered in this, right? So they have 2 days off, which is big for their legs, so they can be ready for that push and maybe even steal one in Indiana Friday night. So this was big tonight, huge. Let's go to the chat right now. Atlantic Lion said Alex Burks is a savior. That three he hit in the beginning of the fourth, right, halted the early Pacers run was massive. Agreed, Atlantic Lion. Agreed. I mentioned that, and you're right on point, sir. Hitting that three in that corner was big. That stopped all the momentum. Took the air out of their sails and put the Knicks back up. To me, that was the ball game after that. Fats said, glad to see Tibbs bringing these guys in. You know what it is, Fats? Also, too, he has no choice, man. He has no choice. Also, too, Fats, I'm glad you brought that up. Did you guys like the rotation that Tibbs was doing? I love the rotations. I loved him bringing Burks in for DiVincenzo, then DiVincenzo coming in for who did DiVincenzo come in? I'm sorry. He came in, I think, did he come in for Deuce? I think he came in for Deuce, right? Then you would have there was a time where Josh Hart was even on the bench, right? I saw it to where he was on the bench. Burks was out there with DiVincenzo, I think with Deuce and iHeart, and I love the match. He was mixing and matching, man. So I love what he was doing. So all the stuff about Tibbs and minutes, everyone needs to stop. So it was a lot of, I'm getting a lot of messed up, but I apologize. But it was a lot of mix and matching he was doing, which I love. There was a couple of times on the court I had to like readjust like who was out there. I was like, wait a minute. I said, this is a good lineup he's got out there because there was no weaknesses. And I thought defensively they were rotating extremely well. Right? And so Fats said Achua came in for iHeart. No, right, absolutely. But then it was other times where they was on the court together, Fats. They was on the court together. And Josh Hart was sitting on the bench. So it was Precious Achua, it was iHeart, it was Deuce, it was Brunson, and I believe it was DiVincenzo. Or if it wasn't DiVincenzo, it was Burks. Or it was DiVincenzo, Burks, and Brunson, right? So he was mixing and matching, man, which I thought was fabulous. I thought that was fabulous tonight. And I thought that that's what kept everybody fresh and guys were getting some rest, right? All this talk. What I'm saying is that it's just rotations, man. And he matched up well defensively. And I thought the way they were playing defensively were fabulous. They were switching well. Guys were talking a lot defensively. And then guys were crashing the boards. Guys were boxing out. It was getting physical in that Baja. You saw it one time, you know what I mean? My man set the screen on DiVincenzo. iHeart got in his face. Burks pushed him. Get him out of here, man. Knock it off. It was feisty tonight, which I loved. Knicks showed a lot of fight tonight. But I just love the way they was mixing and matching with the lineups, which is fabulous. Because then what happens is guys feel comfortable playing with each other. But I think the biggest thing of all of it, guys, to be honest with you, guys were knocking down shots. Period. Vibe said, told y'all we would get this. Yeah, man. Big win. Corvin said, LV, Dante has to have a better game in Indiana for game 6. I believe he will, sir. I believe he will. Christopher Grandison, man, it's my first time seeing you coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. All right, big win for the boys, 121-91. Knicks go up 3-2 in the series. Jalen Brunson, 44 big points. Christopher says, Jalen was tremendous. Alec Burks, McBride, and iHeart showed up big time. Hart, too, can't dismiss a double-double, right? Double-double for him and for iHeart. Well, no, not for iHeart, but for Josh Hart. He was big, man. He was big. But once again, right, it was a total team effort. With the team playing the way they play, once again, right, that opens up everything for Brunson. Everything. Because now, because those guys are knocking down shots, they can't come and help. And when they were coming to help, Knicks were making them pay. It was hitting Burks in the corner. Deuce was knocking down his shot. You were making them pay. And so once they do that, they got to play one-on-one with Brunson. And you see what he was doing. He was cooking them. Had Naismith slipping all over the floor. Crossing him up like he was at Dykeman. Using him. Gravity says big money for iHeart. Yes, he is, sir. And I think the Knicks are going to give it to him. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Kareem Grant said, "What a turnaround game. We needed this." Agreed. But you know what, Kareem? I knew we was going to come out better than how we played. I haven't seen. Listen, that game Sunday was kind of like, I don't want to say it was a fluke game, but we haven't seen the Knicks play that bad in forever, man. So, like I said, and I said it on my live show right after that, I said, listen, you're going to have games like this. It happens to the best of them. You know what I'm saying? Guys have been blown out by 30 before. Like, this ain't the first time. This ain't the only time. Look, we blew these dudes out by 30 tonight, right? So it happens, right? So, guys, this is the playoffs, man. What are they on game what? What is game 90 in the season? 90-something, right? I believe. What is it? 6, right? We're going, it's 5 games. 5 games. They won the other game in 6, right? 5 and 6 is 11. 82. Yeah. What's that? 93? It's 93 games, man. On game 93, man. So, you know, you're going to have a doozy sometimes. But what I love is how they bounce back tonight. And it showed, you know what I mean? Show the fight that they have as a team. And you got to love that. That said, iHeart has a huge game right in the playoffs. Yeah, it was big. It was big for iHeart. That says the rest is helping us much more than the Pacers. Yeah, the rest, absolutely. Absolutely, because, you know, we got to get guys back. Listen, the reality is this, Fats. They're not a better team than us, right? When we have everybody back, OG and Obi, let's say we have Randall, we blow this team out, and we get them out of here in 4, man. Maybe 5. They couldn't do nothing with us, man. Look how short-handed we are. Look what we blew them boys out by 30, man. They got everybody. They got everybody, man. We're short 4 guys, man. We blew them boys out by 30. That tells you, man, they're not in our class. And not for nothing, if we would have held on to the lead and won the game, what is it, game 3? When we were up by 9 on that Friday, game series be over right now, man. So, you know, let's be honest here, right? So, Corlin said, LV, man, you're going to sleep real good tonight, man. Not just me, everybody. Everybody's going to sleep real good. Gravity says, blow off or blow out, man. Payback is sweet. Nah, it is sweet, man. It is sweet. But you know what? What I love about this team, if you notice, right? Brunson wasn't really talking smack, man. He wasn't doing that. See, them cats, when they was winning by 30, they was talking all just crazy, right? You saw Halliburton running his mouth, McConnell. Right? The Knicks don't do that. Brunson's been here before. He's got 2 national titles on his belt. He was cooking dudes out there in the West Coast, right? Western Conference with Luka, right? He took it to the Western Conference Finals out there. So he's been here before, man. DiVincenzo has a championship underneath his belt. Remember, he was on that Bucks team that won it. He just hurt. So, you know, so I'm just saying, so we've been here before, man. These guys are champions. These guys have been here before, man. They know what it's like. So then they don't get caught up in one game. They're just like, all right, it's a game, whatever. So that's why I trust in my guys. Because I know they're going to come back and be ready to go. Gravity said, Hal was quiet tonight. Yeah, he was, man. Come on, man. They had him on clamps tonight, too, man. Clamps. Now, you mean to tell me he deserves to be on the USA team over Brunson? There's no way in hell, man. Excuse my language. There's no way. He's not even in the same league as Brunson, man. I'm sorry, he's not. He's a good ball player. I'm not knocking it. He's a good ball player, but he's not Brunson, man. Brunson is different, man. He's a different type of guy, man. See, Halliburton, if he's not running and gunning and putting up all them big numbers, and you get to like half-court basketball where you really got to get a bucket, he can't do that. Brunson could do both. He could play up-tempo. He could do all that. And when it's time to get a bucket, when it's half-court basketball and the defense is tough, he can get a bucket, man. That's the difference. If it ain't fast breaking, Halliburton ain't doing nothing, man. He's non-existent. Corvin said, LV, man, I hope we can get up to a better start against Indiana to hush the crowd. You know what? I think we will, man. But here's the thing, Corey Lindsey, man. You got to understand, this is the playoffs, man. So, you know, I expect them to play better at home. But what I love is that we're in the driver's seat right now, man. So regardless of anything, If we lose a tough one on Friday night, we come back to the Garden, man. And that's the importance of having home court. It's not going to be easy in the playoffs, and it's not supposed to be easy, man. It's not. I'm just glad that we're pretty much, worst case scenario, we force a Game 7 Sunday in the Garden. But most importantly, we have a win underneath our belt, one game from going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we get 2 days off to rest and get ready for Friday. And that's the beauty. Gravity says he should not have even gotten that starting spot, right, for all-star runs. Yeah, man, come on, man. But you know what, Gravity, man, he got that because of the in-season tournament, man, because of the numbers he was putting up. He was putting up crazy numbers. 25 points, 20 assists, but yo, man, they're running gun, man. They don't play no defense, man. Everything's a fast pace. They're running gunning, man. You would think they playing like they play like 24-hour fitness. They don't play no defense. It's just, you know what I mean? So that's all he does. But when he gets to like half-court basketball and the real stuff, you really, really got to lock in. You see a different guy. You see a different guy, man. Kevin Taylor says, I believe that OG is going to leave some money on the table so we can also sign his brother Precious. They came from Toronto together. He would like to remain teammates. Okay. Well, I mean, I think the Knicks would bring him back, Precious. You know what I mean? So, but this summer we're going to talk about that because I kind of see a couple of moves I think the Knicks are going to probably want to make it. Christopher Granderson says, coming back to the Garden is cool. I want to avenge Sunday's loss on their court. Nah, I would love that too. Fats says, is it over in 6? I don't know, Fats. You know what? I got to see how the game plays out. 2 days off. The Knicks play really good on the road. You know what I'm saying? As you saw how we closed it out in Philly, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks close it out Friday. I just wouldn't. Because we play really good on the road. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised. But their crowd is going to be rocking. If the Knicks come out with the same energy, guys are playing really well. They stay locked in. It's going to be a crazy crowd. I think the Knicks could do it. You know what I mean? Especially with Brunson being Brunson, man. He's different, man. He's different, man. He's different. I mean, he tonight. Other nights he's done it, but tonight he put the stamp on. He put the stamp that I'm that guy. This is my city. He's done it before, but tonight was big. You know why? Because let's be honest, guys. Tonight was a must-win. Thumbs up if you thought tonight was a must-win. Everybody in the chat, please put a thumbs up if you thought it was a must-win. And you think these guys didn't know that, especially after what happened Sunday? They knew that. Especially with the conversation, people saying that after, not people saying, it was reports that came out that they had a players-only meeting after the game. Tim spoke to him, talked to him about the game, blah, blah, blah. The coaches left. Before they got on a bus to go back to the plane, they all spoke in that locker room together as a team. They had a team meeting. And so I think guys held each other accountable. They held themselves accountable. And I think they locked in and pretty much got. Earl Garrett, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Tonight, 121-91. Big win for them boys. 3-2 in the series. Jalen Brunson, 44 big points. So I think they would, in that locker room, they were talking to each other and really saying, like, listen, this is what we got to do, man. Let's lock in. Let's get this win. You saw a different team tonight. A different team. And Jalen Brunson just came out, man. He said, yo, man, listen. And so that's why I'm saying he got the stamp. Because in a game like this, where all the talk has been about him being tired and him being injured and all this other stuff and him not looking the same. I mean, these guys are measuring how high he's getting on his jump shot. I mean, these guys really don't have no time on their hands. These guys don't got no wives. They ain't got no kids. I mean, come on. I mean, you guys got all the time to sit there and measure. Like, are you guys on the court looking at how high he's jumping? Come on, man. It ain't that deep, man. That's how I know, like, some of these guys, they never played before. It's not that deep. Sometimes you're just off that night, man. He was taking the same shots today that he took last game. Same shots. They was just going in. Sometimes you have off night, man, and it happens to the best of them. But the reason why I say he gets a stamp because this is what big-time players do, man. When you know it's a must-win game, especially how you guys got blown out the game before, you come out and you drop 44 at home and put your team one game away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals, shorthanded. Big time, man. Big time. Big time, big time, big time, big time. And that to me, that's why to me he's first team All NBA, man. And outside of SGA, there's no better guard in this league. You saw SGA last night, right? That boy. Listen, let me tell you something. Him and Brunson play the same. And here's how I'm going to tell you they play the same. This is a quick sidebar. I'm sorry. I saw SGA last night. I said, yo, he's different. If you notice, right, with SGA and Brunson, their games are like, I don't want to say they're slow moving, but they move to their own pace. Guys be trying to get them off of their spots. Guys be trying to bump them. They try to do all this different stuff to rattle those guys. They can't speed up SGA. They can't speed up Brunson. And them boys 15-footers are money. SGA's 15-footer is money, man. And Brunson, that backup, that spin, that baseline, that elbow jumper, that floater, that's money. Them dudes do not speed up or slow down for nobody. They it's like they got headphones on and they're going to the beat of themselves. And they do what they want, man. You cannot get them guys from their spot. The only way you could do that with Brunson is you got to push him around and get physical with him. But even still then, he does what he wants, man. Crafty, man. And so is SGA, man. Crafty. Corey Lynn said, Fats, do you feel that the rest will help with it? Yeah, I mean, I think the rest will help, man. I mean, I think that it's needed, right? Because we haven't had 2 days off in a minute now, right? About a week. So they've been playing one on, one off, one on, one off. So 2 days is needed. Big time. Because that's what's really going to help them kind of get their legs right. Heal up from whatever injuries they have, or nagging injuries, shall I say. You know, one thing Big Perk said that I thought was fabulous. Big Perk from ESPN, I'm sure you guys know. They call him the governor of New York now. Big Perk said something that I thought was really great, guys. He stated that when you're home, as opposed to on the road, you're going to really get the attention that you need for your injuries. So, you know, you have your whole medical staff there. You have your facilities. You have everything there that can really help you get back on track when you're dealing with a little injury, ailment, or whatever. He said when you're on the road, it's like you don't have your same facilities. So it's like guys are online waiting to get iced up and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like it's just uncomfortable. But he said while you're home, you're able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So you have the facilities there to really get guys back on track. And so that, to me, he said that's the difference. And believe it or not, I saw a difference in the team tonight. Mr. Blanks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Big win for the boys, 121-91. Knicks go up 3-2 in the series. Jalen Brunson, 44 big points. Mr. Blank says that was a great win, right? 18 for Alec Burks was great. On to Indy. Yeah, Burks was huge. Burks was huge, man. You know, I definitely gave him his flowers earlier, man. It's very, very difficult, guys, to sit down and just next 2 games, coach calls your number, man. You got to come in and produce, man. He's a pro, man. He's a pro, and you got to salute him. Because listen, guys, listen. Let's be honest. We were killing him. We were killing Burks. We were, including LV. But he kept his head down. He was a great pro. Came up huge for the Knicks tonight. Huge. That said, the extra rest in Tibbs rotating guys rather than playing them 48 minutes. Agreed. You know what, Fats? I think the rotations that he had tonight was fabulous, right? Let me go over the minutes really quick. Here's the minutes breakdown, guys. Hart played 31. Brunson played 43. McBride played 40. Josh Hart played 39 tonight, which was great. DiVincenzo played 30. Preston Chua played 23. And Alec Burks played 23, man. So great minutes rotation for those guys. Fabulous rotation for them. Fat Set, Burks, and McBride, man, huge. Those guys were huge. 18 apiece from both of them. Actually, I think it was 18 for 3 guys. No, 18 for Josh Hart, 17 for Deuce, 18 for Burks, man. So big point production for those guys. Corey Linden said, I said we could win without OG. Yes, you did, sir. Yes, you did. Got to give you your props on that. You did say that, sir. You did express that. A big win for them boys, man. Big win for them boys. Big win for them boys. And I love the effort today. As you know, there's nothing like playing in the Garden, man. Nothing. The building was electric tonight. And I thought that the Pacers were a totally different team. Right? And so now I think we have all momentum. I think it's going to be tough going and winning on the road, but I think we can do it, especially we having 2 days off. So I think we're going to see a really focused and energized team like the Knicks Friday to really try to end this game, try to end this series. And I think they can, right? So I think they'll be ready to go, man. But great win for them boys. Great win for them boys. All right, but listen, that's my show. I'll be back Friday to discuss the game. So please come through and tap in with LV, man, so we can discuss the game with them boys, and hopefully they can pull it out and end the series and go on to the Eastern Conference Finals. First time in 24 years that the Knicks have been there. So hopefully we can do it. All right, but listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, if you're watching this on replay, all right, please subscribe. And also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, that's my show. I'm LV Live. See you guys Friday night, man. All right, people. Peace.